Hey friends, it's me, your pal Kelly Zemnikas, and welcome to episode number 38 of It'll Be Fine, the now socially distant baking food chat show thing. How's it going? Oh my, you're in for a tasty treat today. We are making tahini, or in my case, peanut butter, because that's all I have. Billionaire Bars is what we are doing. Yes, what is that? Well, you're going to have to wait and find out. It's a fantastic little treat from Bon Appetit magazine, so you can check out bonappetit.com and find it. And I am baking today with a gal who I've not met in person. As I've mentioned on some recent episodes of late, I'm making a lot of new friends by doing comedy shows online, which I fucking love. I love how my world is growing despite my space that I can be in is smaller. I love that juxtaposition. Allison McCoin is on the show today. She is a very, very funny gal from Miami, Florida. Well, based out of Miami, Florida. She's actually from Michigan. And I'm so glad to have her on the show. I really, really am. You are in for a treat, both in getting to meet her and what we're making. So it's a two-for, it's a double. Very Canadian show. And we're offering some love, offering some attention today to an incredible charity out of Los Angeles, out of LA, Beauty to the Streetz. I don't have any association with this charity, but I heard about them on a news program and I was so blown away by the work they are doing for members of the homeless community in LA. I had to give them some love and tell you about them so you can go check them out and support them if you can. So enjoy. We're in for a good time. It's gonna be fine. Like, I'm pretty sure.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
So, hello everybody. Welcome to, I think this is episode number 38 of It'll Be Fine, which is crazy. I'm your friend, of course, Kelly Zemnikas, and this is
Allison McCoin. Hey guys.
Hey, Allison. It is so great to bake with you. I love doing it like this now because I can bake with comics from all over the dang place. Where are you for the folks at home who don't know?
I am in Miami right now, Miami, Florida.
How are things in Miami? Exactly. What's the vibe like amongst everyone? Are folks okay with being at home or really wanting to get out?
I mean, there's a lot of people that just are acting like nothing's wrong. Again, this is Miami where sometimes people just decide I'm still gonna jet ski. They're like, I'm still gonna jet ski doubled up with somebody else because we're outside, so it doesn't count. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'd say for up here in Canada, in Toronto, our jet ski would be camping. Everyone is wanting to camp right now.
I get camping though, because in theory you could just camp with your household. Like, I'm originally from Michigan. I get camping.
Yeah.
I get camping. It's fun. Also, what other time as an adult do you get to just play with fire?
True, unless you're a magician. Yeah.
But I love being able to just play with the fire and it be like socially acceptable. Because as a kid, my parents put a smoke detector in my room.
Really?
Because I liked playing with candles, and they were like, "You're not allowed to do this, Allison. You're gonna burn down the house."
Oh my God. I have to say, speaking of smoke detectors, last fall they did like the fire inspection of my apartment building. The smoke detector I have now is so sensitive. My oven's at like 350 and it goes off. It's insane. So it's kind of weird. But on the show today,
I just have one question for you real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Because you said you're in Canada. What's it like having competent leadership?
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, like I'm not even going with great. I'm just competent at this point. Like I'd be fine with that. here for decoration, but I figured we're cooking.
I find with this shirt that I'm wearing, it feels right for a customer service badge. So I have I used to work at a video store back in the day.
Oh, that is an old sentence.
Yeah, I still go to one. It's not open now, but there's one in downtown Toronto, and I go and I rent movies, and I love rifling through the shelf because you find things I wouldn't necessarily find on Netflix.
No, yeah, like there would be different stuff. It's just, yeah. Remember Blockbuster?
I swear to you, I got my driver's license just so I could get a Blockbuster video membership. I hate driving, but I wanted to rent movies.
Yes!
That is the God's honest truth, man. So our first step we are making today, by the way, tahini Billionaire Bars from Texas. Except for myself, I had a really hard time finding tahini. I'm going peanut butter.
You can,
I'm doing peanut butter.
I actually have tahini.
Yeah. I think it'll be fine. I mean,
it was in the kosher section of the grocery store. I actually looked over it like 5 times, and then finally had to have someone that worked at the store help me, and they were like, "It's right here," and I just been looking past it.
I almost bought Nutella because I thought, "Ooh, wouldn't Nutella be good for this?" It might be. I don't know for sure. Do you have any?
I have cocoa almond spread.
Well, you know what?
Off-brand hazelnut spread.
I'm going to suggest you do a half of the tahini and a half of that because it does call for chocolate.
Yeah.
Right? So
I don't know. Like, I never made this. That was the rule, right?
So I'm gonna go peanut butter because I could not find tahini anywhere, and I didn't feel like making my own. So tahini.
Oh yeah, no.
I toasted my sesame seeds, but that was about it.
That is the end of my extra credit work. I'll just take the A-. It's fine.
Exactly. So first step, let's set our ovens to 350. So we'll do that first if you haven't already.
It's preheating as we speak.
Nice. And this recipe yields like 25 to 36 bars, which I frankly don't need. So I'm using a muffin tray. And I'm gonna.
Yeah. When you texted me that, I was like, "You're a genius." Also,
yeah.
Like we don't have to grease anything. Just
nope. Exactly. So
boom.
Yeah. So that is what I'm doing. So what we are going to do first is whisk our flour, and we're batching down on this. So we're not making as much as the recipe calls for, just because I live alone, so I don't mean it just would be huge by the end of this. So
I know. I used to bake all the time, like for my theater and stuff.
Yeah.
But now that quarantine has started, I really don't bake as much because it used to be really nice because I could bake some, I could have a few for at home, and then bring the rest to the other people.
Exactly. Yeah. So
do that more.
Yeah, it's kind of great. So we're going to take flour, some powdered sugar. The recipe calls for 1/3 of a cup, so I just do a 1/4 cup. It says 3/4 cups, but I just do one of them. Wait.
Oh, I went all fancy. I already have a scale. So I just looked at the grams and I halved it. What show is it? I think it was the first one of this year. Had an actual baker on the show, and she was like, "You need to get a scale." I still haven't. I will though. I promise. I mean, I didn't get the scale for baking regular things.
Yeah. So we're going to add it to the flour, add the sesame seeds, which I have in my pan here, fresh from the heating. What was that?
Preheated.
I got my toasted sesame seeds. Now this is a product I've never heard of, Diamond Crystal. I don't know what kind of salt that is, but they also say kosher salt. So
Yeah, I have.
You have more?
This.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I don't know what diamond is. Maybe an American brand. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't know. That's not. I mean, it could be. We're pretty big. We're pretty big.
So for this, I'm just going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of what I think is the biggest salt box ever. This box.
That is a pretty. Well, you know what? You're in Canada. That way, if you run out of rock salt, like you have some backup.
Exactly.
Because my mom genuinely did that once. we had a bunch of those like the pretzel salt. We had a bunch of that.
Yeah.
And like it just was like an ice storm. And so everything was just like really slick. And so my mom was like, absolutely not. And she like just put some of that outside. Cause we ran all the other stuff and she's like, I'm not gonna die.
No, exactly. It's true. So we whisk this all together. And what we're going to add next is the butter. Usually for baking, you're going to want your butter to be at room temperature, but in this case, it wants chilled. How long have you been doing stand-up?
Since quarantine started.
Is that when you started?
Well, I started, so I'm from Villain Theater or whatever, and like we had a little like 5 for 5 stand-up class that I took, and it ended right as quarantine started. So that's when I started doing this, and then I was like, well, I'm kind of bored, and this is fun, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Just for those at home watching, that's how we met, was doing a Villain Theater show. I was lucky enough to get introduced to it by Tarek, who's going to be on an upcoming episode.
Oh, speaking of, if we want to sign up for that open mic, we need to do it soon.
I did it. That's why I was late to the Zoom chat.
Go
sign up. Go do it. My dad is a man in his 80s going into his 20s. Like, seriously. My dad is a big kid. Which
you know what? That's how to live. Yeah. That's how to do it.
Exactly. So you want like nice buttery bits to your shortbread, like I showed.
Mine looks like this.
I think that's pretty damn good. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
It's gonna be fine, no matter what we do, guys.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be fine. Like, it'll be fine.
So with that, the next step is to add in the egg yolks. You need the recipe called for 2 egg yolks. I'm going to use 2 egg yolks. I guess I just use 1, but I'm going with 2. And then for the egg white, I always like to recommend either an omelet, an egg white omelet, or face mask. Yeah. If in that case, if you do a face mask, use the yolk. If a recipe you're doing requires just egg whites, the egg yolk is an excellent face mask.
Huh.
Yeah. Fun fact. All right. So you're going to put this in, and if you have like a rubber spatula or a spoon or whatever, you're going to mix in the yolk. And the note here is saying the dough should hold together when squeezed.
Oh, look at this. Ombre eggs.
Ooh. Oh, yes.
So how many egg yolks? 1 or 2?
2 egg yolks.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're just going to mix this together with a spatula.
I might just make garlic sauce later.
Do it.
Because that calls for the egg whites.
Oh, perfect. That would be well. I worked with a guy once on a TV show, and we needed for like the science show some eggs cracked open. And I picked up some brown eggs and brought them to set. He saw them and he freaked out. He's like, oh my God, I need like egg whites. I was like, Dave, when you crack them open, they look the same. And he just looked at me like, oh, just walked away. I was like, what is your... He's still working in television, by the way. Yeah.
Like, what year was this?
Like 2006.
Okay, so the internet was around.
And you know, eggs have been 2 different colors for a while.
Eggs have been around. But like, let's assume he'd never actually seen one up close in person. And like, you know what I mean? He only ever saw them, like he got the scramblers when he went to the supermarket.
Yeah, it was the look on his face of the discovery of, oh yeah, they both look the same inside. Wow, Dave. So yeah, so your dough, as they say when mixed together, should hold like this. Use your hands. So yeah, I like using my hands for baking. I really do. I mean, you can use a wooden spoon and stuff, but there's something about like playing with your food that's really fun.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I made 9.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
And they're a little golden on the edges, but nothing bad. After I put in more flour, it looked more like shortbread.
Perfect. So that's how mine, if you can see that.
Okay, so that's similar.
Yeah, so I think we're kind of on the same page here. And by this point, friends at home, turn off your oven because you're not going to need it to bake in anymore. Everything else is chilling.
Yes.
So, next part is butterscotch. So to do this on the stovetop, you don't want it too high. You kind of want it at like a medium heat. And we are going to take, you're going to need brown sugar for this. So I've got that here. The recipe, of course, we are batching down. So go to Bon Appetit's website for the tahini Billionaire Bars, and you'll see like what the correct measurements are. But I'm doing like just under a cup is what I'm doing. So a little more than a half a cup, but not totally.
Cut remaining half cup 1 stick of unsalted butter to 8 pieces. So because we're halving it, we only need 1/4 of a stick.
Yeah, don't need much butter for this part.
Yeah.
I would say. A nice little smoke on my element. Always love that. It's from when I fry stuff and I get like oil on the stovetop.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you're going to take the brown sugar and the butter and whisk constantly. What you're going to add is your heavy cream. I've got 18% table cream. That's what I'm using. And salt. So, wait, are you ready?
I'm still trying to melt this, man.
Oh man, that's okay. That's okay now. All right, so I'm gonna toss in my cream here. That sounds rude.
What is rude?
I'm gonna toss in my cream. That just sounds rude.
Yeah, you think about it too much. You think about it, yeah, it sounds rude.
And then salt, and you need not a quarter, 1 teaspoon of salt for us, 2 teaspoons if you're following the rules properly. We're gonna do here, and we're gonna let this come to a boil. Once again, teaspoons, not tablespoons.
Wow, we went from not melting to bubbling real quick.
Very quickly. Yeah, that does happen very fast. And you know,
cream?
Yeah, add the cream. Pour it in nice. And then
oh god, oh now it's bubbling.
Yeah,
oh,
mix so it doesn't become like coffee. It's gonna be okay. And mix. And then add
It'll be fine.
Just keep buttering it.
Just keep saying it. It'll be true.
And then add in your vanilla when you get a sec. Do about half a teaspoon of vanilla. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. So
is it candy?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. Not to worry. I've had that happen with some dishes. Absolutely.
Yeah, can you just put it back on the heat? Will it like
take it off the heat?
Take it off the heat.
Yeah, stir. And then put it on an element that is not on right now.
Okay.
Toss in your vanilla. And if your consistency, like Allison's is right now, is maybe a bit thicker than mine, You're just gonna like paste it as best you can on each of the shortbread biscuits we put in the muffin tin. Or if you're
Okay.
baking in a full pan, you'll just kind of do like a bit of like patchwork with like.
Yeah. Because I got close.
Yeah, I've had that happen, and it's
Okay.
tasty. It's still going to be tasty. So
Okay.
I'm going to use peanut butter for mine. I'm going with a low sodium peanut butter. You don't have to, but just what I had. So. And
I got the actual tahini.
nice.
Do you have to refrigerate this, or is it like peanut butter where you don't need to refrigerate it once it's finished?
No.
Or like what's the point?
I always refrigerate my peanut butter. I don't know if you're supposed to. Actually, I don't know why I do, but I always put peanut butter in the fridge. I don't know. But for tahini, yeah, once it's opened, you want it refrigerated.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you put your ketchup in the fridge?
Yes.
Okay. Because I know that some of this is like a North American thing.
Ah. Yeah, no,
Like,
I put it in the fridge.
I've read things before where people in like Britain are like, why do you guys put ketchup in your fridges? That's a waste of fridge space. Because it's preserved like a vinegar thing or whatever, right? It's fermented.
Say it on the label?
They say a lot of things on a lot of labels.
I'm such like a, I don't know if it's the Canadian in me, but I'm such a, well, it says that, so I must do that.
Yeah, I've been living in Miami for about 4 years, so it's wearing off on me.
So we're almost at the finish line. I send you a virtual high five. Final step, well, I guess final step is eating it. So the almost final step is melting the chocolate, which you can do two ways. You can do a double broiler or you can microwave. So how are you doing it?
I'm gonna microwave.
Me too, because bon appetit.
I like myself. Also, it literally says that
It does.
it
It says
microwave.
Yep, it says in the magazine. And for a while, I kind of felt like microwaving chocolate was like my dirty little secret. Like, oh, I shouldn't do this, but I'm doing it. And then the magazine was like, do it in increments. It's totally fine.
I just realized I have enough counter space over here to do it and like not be, because it's only the chocolate. So
Only the chocolate. I'm using chocolate chips. The recipe calls for bittersweet. I'm going with semi-sweet. So
yeah, I just bought a thing of baking chocolate because I'll probably use it at some point.
yeah. So when you're microwaving chocolate, if you've not done this before, you don't want to do it for a full, if it calls for like 40 seconds, don't do 40 seconds. Do like 15, and 10. Yeah. So there we go. And every time it beeps, you're going to want to take it out, mix it, give it a little stir, put it back in. So that's how you melt chocolate in a microwave. Now melted and lovely. Lovely melted.
Mine is as well.
Great.
All
So
right.
we're going to grab our treats from the fridge. Are looking good. And lovely. And what we're going to do now is just cover the butterscotch with the chocolate to make it extra gorgeous. And then this will go back in the fridge for about 45 minutes to an hour. You could, I don't know, you could also maybe try the freezer and make it even a faster cooling, maybe.
Yeah, I think from the episodes of the Great British Bake Off that I've seen,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the reason they have you do it in the fridge is so that it like the chocolate cools prettier.
Yes. Yeah.
Like if you put it in the freezer, it'll still cool. It just might like look a little white.
Yeah.
Question mark, maybe? Oh. I'm not actually an expert at this.
Would you ever do a show like that, like a baking show or a Food Network?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, because part of the reason I like don't get like as creative at home is because you have to like buy all those weird ingredients that you may or may not want later.
That's
like
true. Yeah.
You know, like I don't want to buy, like, especially stuff like you can only find in bulk and you need like a teaspoon of it. And then you're like, I don't want all of that.
Like cornstarch. I never use as much cornstarch. Well, I'll use what's needed, but then I've got this great big box and I don't usually use it for more than 1 treat or 2 treats that I make.
Yeah. You know what? That's when you just need to bring out your inner child and make some oobleck.
What is that?
You ever do that growing up? It's where you put some water in cornstarch and it makes ferrofluid. I can't remember what it's called. Like it's a specific like science thing because cornstarch and water is the stuff where like if you hit it hard,
yeah,
it reacts like a solid. But if you like put your hand in it slowly, it'll go through.
Oh, cool. I never did that.
Yeah,
I think I did.
I remember doing that many times. I'm pretty sure my mom got cornstarch for a recipe once and then just let us play with the rest of it.
Like there's caramel and peanut butter sauce in the pan, so I can't let it go to waste, right? To try these. I am so impressed with how this looks, like the nice little, whoo, I just spilled them all. They look so good.
I know.
All right, I'm gonna cut mine in half here. Or maybe I'll just bite in. I'm just gonna bite in.
Yeah, I'm just biting.
Oh man. Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's damn good. Mm.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to like it just because I'm normally used to sesame seeds being on like my bagel.
That's fair.
Yeah, like that's just where I'm used to tasting that taste is, you know, on like a hamburger bun or a bagel or something like that, not something like sweet.
I feel like it's like an elevated Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah, no, it really is. Like,
yeah, it's really good.
No, not Reese's. This is a Twix.
Yes, elevated Twix.
This is a round Twix right here.
Yeah. You are right. Are there any spots in Miami that you're doing takeout from or that you miss going to food-wise that you want to give a mention to?
Yeah, we've been getting like sandwiches from the Pinocchio Deli. It's like this like Italian deli where like we're getting like nice paninis to go every so often.
Nice.
We mostly just miss just being able to see people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I miss being able to like go do stand-up and like comedy stuff in person. Where you can like hang out with your buddies before and after.
Yeah, or just go down and watch the show and see who's playing and try to get a spot. And I'm grateful we still have the means to do it online.
Yes.
I think it's awesome. But there is something to being in a club that is like, I look forward to that day where I'm able to come to Miami and possibly do a show with you, or you come to Toronto and do a show here. So
yeah, no, totally. Yeah. We will definitely have you if you ever come. Yeah, no, but I also miss like just the fact like even when you go, it's not even all about the show. It's about like you see people you know, you can talk to people, you hang out afterwards, you have a drink, like
yeah.
Right now, by the end of the day, we'll be like, hey, who wants to have a Skype party? And everyone's like, I'm not looking at another screen. You've lost your mind. You think I wanna Zoom with you right now? You can go ahead and Zoom away.
Oh my God. It's so true.
It is, like, seriously. We'll have like, because you know we do improv online still.
Yeah.
And we'll have like rehearsals and stuff, and sometimes by the end of them, like you can just tell who has a job that is very, like there's a few teachers.
Yeah.
Where like they're dealing with all this right now, and like by the end of it, they're just like, can you stop talking?
I'm done.
And I don't blame any of them. Like,
no.
Heck, if you're a teacher, you deserve $1 billion.
Oh.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.